Yes, I did that. Yes, I got that done. Yes, I completed a task.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me.
Hey, y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Keisha Jante. I would love for you to join the family, so please consider subscribing and signing up for notifications so that you don't miss any updates. I'm in my closet right now because I am doing a purge clean out thing where I'm going through all of the clothes that I have in here, deciding what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of. And I've been in here for at least 8 hours. I've been in here all day. It's like going on 9 p.m. I've been in here, door closed, audiobook on, grabbing stuff off the shelves, off the hangers, out of the drawers, reorganizing things, putting stuff back where it needs to go, putting it in the bag to go to donate, putting it in the bag to go to trash. I've been in here all day. I've gotten a good amount of stuff done, but I have a lot left to go, right? In the back of my mind, I'm telling myself, if you don't finish this tonight, then you have done nothing all day. You've wasted the day. Now, I know logically that's not right. Y'all know logically that's not right. Especially those of y'all that know me and know what this closet looks like. In real life, y'all know that that's not right. It just made me think about the fact that for me, I can speak about me, it's hard for me to recognize things that I have gotten done. Not necessarily like big accomplishments or big achievements, but even just the little things, the little steps, the little like goals to get to the big goal. It is hard for me to recognize that, yes, you did do something today. You might not have gotten the whole project completed, but you've hit some milestones. So I decided that one thing I want to do this year is to get better at recognizing what I have completed. I think for a lot of us that are like high achieving or high performing, actually, let me just speak for myself because I can only speak for myself. I think for me, it's hard for my brain to recognize something as a win or as an accomplishment if it's not some big massive thing. Like, okay, you cleared out that rack over there, but you still got this whole room that still needs to be done. So you literally just did nothing. And so that makes it hard for me to come in and say, yes, I did that. Yes, I got that done. Yes, I completed a task. This can end up being an issue, not just in my personal life, but also in my professional life when it comes time to do a self-performance review or advocate for myself for a promotion or a raise or something like that. If I can't verbalize like exactly what I did, like I can talk about the big projects all the time, but sometimes those big projects, they're very huge. They have a huge scope, or they are very long. They have a long lead time to get done. And in the meantime, there's other things that I'm accomplishing that I'm just not tracking because it's not a big project. And so I want to start doing that. I want to start tracking those things more. My previous bosses have told me about like brag sheets and things like that. And they've just been difficult for me to write down like things that I've done because I've always thought of it from a mindset of huge projects that I've completed. But starting this year, I really want to just get at the micro level and think about little tasks that I am completing that can, compound into bigger tasks or bigger projects. Very similarly to the book that I was listening to, which is Atomic Habits. Starting off my year with Atomic Habits, as people are wont to do, which is one of my goals. One of my goals for the year is to read one personal development book per month. So for January, we're kicking it off with Atomic Habits, perfect start of the year kind of book. So the habit that I am going to be trying to build, this small atomic habit that I'm going to be focused on this year, is at the end of every day to write down what I'm calling a reverse to-do list. Some people might also do this and they might also call it a reverse to-do list. Whatever, it's called a reverse to-do list. So what that means is at the end of every day, I'm going to take a few minutes, probably after I do my expense tracking. So it's another habit stack type of thing. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take a few moments to just write out 3 things that I got done that day, 3 small wins. It doesn't have to be anything like groundbreaking. It can be I cleared out my inbox. It can be I responded to an email. Like simple things, right? Personal and professional. I'm just going to limit it to 3. I'm not trying to do 3 personal, 3 professional. 3 overall things I did that day, okay? And then also, one thing that I'm proud of myself for getting done that day. It may not necessarily be one of the 3, but one thing that I'm proud of myself for doing that day. And then also one thing that's still in progress, because we don't want to lose sight of things that are still in progress. So because I was inspired by the book Atomic Habits to create this habit, I'm going to use the 4 laws of building good habits. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. For make it obvious, I'm going to be using the Notes app to keep track of all of these wins. So what I'm going to do is pin the note to my home page on my phone. Like just make a big widget that's going to be the note. So every time I look at my phone, I see it and I'm reminded that I need to do it. For make it attractive, I will be adding it to my habit stack, my evening routine. So when I sit down for my evening tea and after I complete my expense tracking for the day, then the next thing I need to do is creating my reverse to-do list. For make it easy, if I just don't have the energy to do it, then I'm going to do at least 1 win. So again, I have 3 sections, 3 wins, something I'm proud of, something still in progress. But if I can't do all of that, I'm going to at least write down 1 win for the day. If that's all I got for the day, that's all I got. And to make it satisfying, I'm going to create a checklist where I check off every day that I get it done. So I can see a streak and I'm not going to want to break that streak. And I know that romanticize your life content is really big right now, but I do not want that. I do not want this to be that. This is not going to be that. This is going to be real, like normal, everyday people type of small wins. So win number 1 can be I ate breakfast today, because sometimes I don't be eating breakfast. Win number 2 could be I responded to an email, because sometimes I be forgetting to do that. Win number 3 can be I did an outline for a course, right? Or I wrote a speech for Toastmasters or something like that. I could be proud of myself because I didn't go off on them people when they double charged me, right? Like something that could still be in progress, you know, building morning routines or something like that. Like something realistic, not like super, you know, romanticizing. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. If you wanted to do this and that's your thing, that's your thing. It's not my thing, right? That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm really just trying to build the habit of recognizing the things that I have gotten done. If it's small, if it's medium, if it's big, so that when the time does come for me to be able to brag about my accomplishments, I am more easily able to pick out the small things that I did and not just focus on the big things. And I'm not going to force myself to do things just so I can write it down. So I'm not going to make myself get up at 4 o'clock in the morning just so I can write down that I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to happen, right? That's not the point of building this habit. The point of building this habit is to notice my progress as it's happening. Because if I don't see what I'm doing, then I'm going to constantly be moving goalposts and then calling myself behind when I'm not behind. I'm getting things done, but I'm not noticing them. So that's the point of this, is to start noticing the things that I'm getting done. So hopefully all of that rambling made sense as I'm sitting here just yapping and trying to clean out my closet. If it didn't make sense, just, charge it to the head. I got a lot going on. If it did make sense though, and you have been inspired to find one small habit that you can focus on this year, and it doesn't have to be mine. I mean, it's fine if you want to do that one too. But if you do have a habit and you're so inclined to share what you want to be working on this year, one small little tiny habit that can actually greatly improve your future, let me know down in the comments if you're inclined to share. If not, I understand. If you're new here, again, I would appreciate if you considered subscribing and hit the notification bell to turn on your updates, or so that you don't miss an update. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me get back to doing this. Bye.